Good evening, lads, and welcome in to Tier 2. It is round 4 of 14. We are starting to rack through them. We have now got 20 in, so whenever, Baldy, we can ready up. But yeah, we are here for round 4 of Tier 2. Tier S tomorrow, Tier 1 on Thursday. We are around Great Britain, Silverstone, home GP for most of us. Yeah, it should be a good race. I am joined by, as Baldy says, and I quote, Big Len. Welcome in.
Yeah, we're happy to be here again. Second week running. It feels a bit weird doing that because usually I have about a 4-week sabbatical after doing one. But yeah, happy to be here again.
Absolutely. We've got a bit of information for everyone. If you didn't notice during the week, Mr. Neon has been removed from Tier 2 upon the request of the AERT camp, who submitted an appeal against the driver. We looked into it and we thought it was the only real decision we had to make. So yeah, there's your little breaking news. So we'll go on to, we've got some standings. However, we'll go through last year's results first. See how how last year's results went. Mr. Quick won the race. Medal in P2. Benny Boy in P3. I believe Medal and Benny Boy are now Tier 1 drivers. So he showed the depth there in that race. Mr. Brutal as well. I think he races tonight. Does he race tonight? Maybe he doesn't race tonight. But no, he doesn't race tonight. But yeah, Clever as well. Is that Neon? Look at Mr. Neon down at P17 last year. Anyway, today's standings. Lennon, I don't know if you've got them up, but I'm going to put you on the spot anyway. Team standings are on stream.
Yeah, good job. I had them up ready to go. So BRT leading the way at the moment, but obviously AERT as well on 99 points. And then you've got the gap to FG of 25 points. AERT and BRT will both be hoping to get a few points on the board, which they have done all races so far. I mean, they haven't got less than, well, the lowest point total two teams is 24 points so far, so they'll be hoping to keep that up today, won't they?
Absolutely. We've got a stat page as well. Fucking hell, lads, we've got everything for you. It's Mr. JT in the chat. Puts a lot of work in. He fucking loves it. And we love him for it. So there you go. Here is some team statistics overview of the 3 races we've had so far. So most races, most points, most average points, most DNFs, best average quality. It's all there for you. And then once you've seen that, we've got driver stats as well. It's absolutely bonkers, the work that JT puts in. It's so small, I can't actually read it. So let me just enlarge it a sec so I can... So it looks like Bunga have got the best average position finishes. Yeah, Jake, you ready for this now? You ready? Hang on. We hide that. Oh, bosh. Driver stats. There you go. So most races, Mr. Evo at the top there. Jobby as well at the top for most races. Most podiums, wins. Bonkers. Should we get into the race, Lennon?
We should, but you have just left the lobby.
No, I haven't left the lobby. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's all right, but we'll just continue looking at stats. What more? It's absolutely bonkers the amount of stats that you can actually get from one game, isn't it, to be honest? Calendar, yeah. While we're here, no one's come out, so we're not missing anything. AEC calendar. We're back in now, anyway. So you've got Qatar, China, Britain. We've got a break week next week, lads. I don't know if you knew that, Lennon.
Yeah, you told me last week.
Oh, yeah. So we've got a break week next week. Everyone can have a day off. Lennon, you can have a day off. Then it's Hungary. We return in 2 weeks to Hungary, Austria, and then we finish the little halfway through the season with Monaco, and I can't wait for that. Right, we're back in, and we've got drivers on track, Lennon.
We have, yeah. It seems Stabby is the furthest out in front, so he'll probably be the first one to set a lap for us. It'll be very interesting to see how the drivers fare today, because it was a very close race last time, wasn't it?
It certainly was. Talking of Stabby, Stabby is probably the next driver to get moved out of Tier 2. We've given IRT the benefit of the doubt. Mr. Stabby, who has had he's had a podium in Tier 1, he's had points in Tier S as well. He didn't race at all last season, in Season 5. IRT contacted us, they said, Stabby, he needs a bit of race time. So we're going to put him in Tier 2. And I went, you know what, lads, fair enough. You know, I trust you. So basically, Stabby is probably like a P4 and above. and he's probably out of here, to be honest. If I'm being totally honest with you.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye on Stabby, how he gets on. Because he did finish his first race. I think he came P4, P5 in the first race.
Came second.
Oh, second, there you go. Well, yeah, it was second, P4, and then I think a penalty got him up to P2. Yeah, Bravo's he's got a quali ban.
Okay.
So yeah, Mr. Stabby, first driver out to set us our hot lap. What times are we expecting, chat? Because I'm not going to lie to you lads, I haven't got a Scooby. Mr. Stabby, purple middle sector, of course he is. The only driver at that part of the track. Yellow flags in sector 3. Driver's just trying to get a bit of breathing space, you know. They want a clean run, they don't want any blockage or anything like happened last week, I believe, and that is why Rabble got the old little quali ban. Everyone's starting to filter out the pits. It is a bit cloudy. We're expecting a bit of rain, possibly.
I mean, we are in England, so it would make sense.
So Stabby through Mackets and Beckett's, he goes here. Not too bad, a little bit wide on there. And is that rain? Hang on, it is rain! It is rain! Mr. Stabby could be about to set pole position here. The first lap of the session could be your pole position lap. I'm not even joking, lads, because no one is going to really improve for the middle sectors if it's raining at the start of the session. So the first lap of the lobby, lads, it might be your pole position. Stabby comes around the final corner now, opens up the steering wheel, keeps it valid on the exit to the line. It's a 25.8. Keep an eye on it because that could be the quickest lobby time of the lobby. Oh, it's not. James goes, and Poison beats it as well. I really hyped that up as well. So Mr. Truly McQueen comes around the corner as well. Track is a little bit greasy now. Benny goes into P5 and Truly McQueen jumps in, goes into P5 himself. Mr. Shakos, Jamie, mate, you might want to come out the pits, mate. He can't. He's stuck. He's putting the throttle down. He can't get out the pits. He can't get out the pits! I've never seen that before. Anyway, Shakos is on a lap. Jamie's still trying to come out the pits, lads. We'll get back to you on that one. Shakos then, on his way now, coming around the final corner. Can Shakos set a valid time? He does, and it's a 26.3. He goes P10. Back on board with Jamie. He can't get out the pits. Allied Squire on his way as well. He's currently P18, not set a time. Coming around the final corner. And Mr. Allied Squire through the line. He goes P17. So it was Mr. Granty invalidates his time, and it is very greasy out there now, Landon. Update on Jamie. He's stuck in the pits.
How are you? Jamie's in the pits.
But he set a 26.4.
Yeah, he's on track for me. I'm watching him drive around.
Oh.
I watch him drive around. Literally, I just watch him settle. I was like, he's not stuck in the pits. He's doing a lap.
Oh. Well, that's a bit weird. Anyway, Mr. Stabby is invalidated. That could be it, you know. No one's beaten James's time, I don't think.
No. It's going to be hard, obviously, because the track ain't going to get any drier, I don't think, once it starts raining here. It probably isn't going to dry up. We don't know if it's going to dry up or anything, so...
But the track temperatures drop and everything drops. It'll be interesting to see if anyone will just retire now, to be honest. That could be the end of the quali. I mean, Granty will obviously want to set a time. Corell will obviously want to set a time. But these top boys... could be it. Really could be it. Keep an eye on it, though, if anyone does retire. Because if people are starting to retire, then obviously it's not going to clear up. But even if it does clear up, the track will still be a bit damp and... yeah. It's a weird one. I thought Stabby would have nicked that then, to be honest. First driver out on track. What happened to the McLaren? I don't actually know, if I'm being honest. Is that Baldy? Is Baldy racing? Baldy is racing, I didn't even realise. So let's go on board with who is coming out on track. We've got a Haas out on track, Lennon, and that is Granty. But yeah, it is now starting to tip it down.
Good on to him. No, yeah, it's really starting to rain now, and Granty is out on the soft, so he is going to struggle. He's just struggled to get the car on track, let alone set a lap. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, but it'll be hoping that he doesn't lose it at any point and put himself in a wall, because that'll be his quality over and finish. And he'd probably start in maximum P17.
I have seen that before, to be honest, Baldy, around Britain as well. If you set a lap and then invalidate your next one or something like that, your previous lap can get wiped. I don't know. I have no idea. Where is Dolphin? I have no idea where Dolphin is. Who was he meant to race for?
Retire.
Who was Dolphin meant to be racing for? FG, was it? FG. So Baldy's nicked himself in here. Get him a penalty. So give them a penalty. FG are going to get a penalty for an illegitimate driver. Isn't that a DSQ? Oh. No, it's not a DSQ. No, it's not. Freaky's on an outlap. Alex Squire's on an outlap. Quee submitted it before 6, so did he? James has retired. There you go, Lon. There you go, as expected.
I'm guessing they're going to retire because every other driver that's come back out is still on the dry tyres, aren't they?
Benny's gone. Blaze is going. Freaky's come out again. I have no idea why. They're all retiring. Yeah, that is end of quality, lads, to be honest. Well, apart from Baldy and Corell, who might set times, but yeah, that is it. That is it. So not really much more to add. Bit of a boring qualifying, if I'm being honest with you. We only saw one hot lap, and that was it. So 9 minutes to go. We will let everyone filter out and do what they need to do. Freaky is staying out. Why, I don't know, but he is.
Stupid it sounds, maybe like I know there was a glitch on the last game where some people didn't have the wet weather.
Be interesting. Let's see how much time he actually loses through the first sector. Freaky, the only driver on a lap. How quick it's going to be, we don't know. Jamie has now left the session. He couldn't get out the pits. No rage. What if I just don't retire at all, make the session as long as you can do what you like, mate? You know, someone will stay out. Apparently he's P10 on his screen rage, from what he said to me. So he's okay. So we'll see when it comes to qualifying. What if I just don't? Yeah, just, if you want to stay out, stay out. So E69 has retired as well. Baldy's come out again. Mr. Corell also out. Freaky's out. 3 Megas the best it goes. This is going to be absolutely all for him. He is now probably on the wrong tyre. It's probably into conditions.
He did slow down and let the Ferrari in front of him pass as well.
Yeah. And now he's going for an overtake. This has been a different qualifying that we're used to. Half the lobby have retired, half of them staying out. The drivers who got out early did well. We need to keep an eye on BRT and AERT. They're the two teams really. Mr. Poison. I mean, that's the thing, Rage. On Race Director, it's not even there, like, at all. Strange one. So more drivers trying to set time. Corell's about to set a time. He's probably not. Oh, he's P17. He jumped 3 positions. Baldy comes into the pits. That's the end of his qualifying. Mr. Engine is invalidated. Alex Squire has retired. Liam is trundling down. Yeah, that is it. Baldy has now retired as well. There you go. He's retired in P10. There you go. Just a little glitch with the old EA. We love it, don't we? Wonder what race conditions are like. Callum, it's sorted, mate. You retired.
It'll be an interesting race if it's wet, won't it? It's usually quite interesting round Silverstone when the rain's coming down in these races. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Certainly will. Just keeping an eye on Discord in case anyone's messaging me. I'm not sure if there's any connection issues or whatnot. Just keeping an eye on it. I've got one eye on Discord, so if anyone does need to at me or whatnot, it is open. Which I probably shouldn't do, because I'll probably miss something. Yeah, I've not missed anything. It's perfect. So, Mr. Liam comes into the pits. Probably end of his qualifying. Corrella's also coming in as well. And Engine, first one of the lobby. You can't part there, sir. And he's staying out. He's not coming in the pits. I thought he'd come into the pits then. Engine really wants to set a lap here and get ahead of Rabble. So Engine now the only driver on track. And he's currently sat in P20. Let's keep an eye on his lap here as he goes through Sector 1. So Mr. Engine. Yeah, it's very now into conditions and he's staying out on the soft tyres. I don't think he has a choice really. Well, to be fair, he could just go on here. If he really wants P19, just go back in the pits, put inters on, and just set a valid time that's ahead of Rabble. Or ease off, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't even have to go hard, does he?
For all we know, it could be a wet race and he's saving the inters.
Yeah, one lap shouldn't do him too much harm. He's invalidated anyway now.
Yeah.
Oh, he hasn't invalidated.
Oh.
Oh, engine, mate. Now you've set an invalidated time. Now you're going to get a penalty if this is a valid lap. Oh, Engine. Oh, for God's sake. Don't we love it? Don't we love it? Mr. Engine going to get a penalty for exceeding track limits. DRS, yeah, it's been disabled now as well. Just bring it in a pits, Engine. Just start P20, lad. Just honestly, just bring it in. Start P20. Good man, he's listening. He's listening. He's actually listening to the stream. Oh, what a legend! I swear though, if he goes in, puts inters and comes back out. Oh, just call it a day. Poison, Shakos, just call it a day, please. Let me get back onto the race.
Shakos is probably doing the Kimi Räikkönen right now.
He's going to put the inters on any Engine. He's going to put the inters on. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. He's going to put them on. He really wants P19. I'm waiting. Go on, Engine. You may as well, mate. You may as well while we're here. We're all watching. 1-0 to... Who do you reckon?
Scotland, probably.
Nope.
Ah.
Let me just change over the channel. Hopefully the stream doesn't end. Who was it who scored? Foden. Edge of the box. Plays it to Bellingham. Bellingham to Rashford, who's onside. Rashford to Walker. Walker to Foden. There you go. There's some comms from Timmy Knops. Right. Are they coming out? Fuck it, we're going back to the stat page. Right, we've got some stats for you, lads. While they... Oh, he's retired.
Engine's gone. Right, Engine's gone, so it's just Shakos and Poison.
It's okay.
Just retire!
See, I can't see that. Let me zoom in. I don't know if I need to...
Can't see what.
See, on my little screen here, now I can see it. Right, now I can just move it around. Most average positions gained, Shakos leading the way with 10.
Oh, Poison, come on. Do the right thing, Poison.
Poison he's in a pole position and he's currently sat in P2. Well, we'll start P2. Most average points, Poison. He's ready. Oh, he's retired. Sugar butties. Now I need to get the stream back on. Oh no. Oh, what have I done? Oh, there we go. There's your quali, lads. Really exciting quali. Apparently, Baldy didn't even race with any tyres, mate, from on my screen. Look at that. Didn't have any tyres on, according to my screen. Jamie as well, no tyres. Rabble engine, perfect. Right, there you go, there's your qualifying. Let's get into the race. Yeah, he's been banned, Grumpy. Banned. Get him out of here. If I had tyres, exactly. If my nan had wheels, should have been a bike. That old saying. That old chestnut, eh? Right then. So get into the race. What's your thoughts on the race, Lennon? I don't really think we had much to say in qualifying then.
No, I just think it'll be an interesting race if there is rain. But you can't really judge anything off that quality, can you? I don't really know what to say. Oh, there's no clouds at all.
Bloody hell.
Like last week.
Yeah, that was a bit mad, that, wasn't it? That was a bit mad. Right then, so we should get underway very soon. Hopefully very soon.
2-0.
Hey?
Bellingham, 2-0.
2-0. My favourite for the race, let's go on race director because let's get some tyres. Poison on the mediums, you've got Benny on the mediums as well. Keep an eye on it all. We've had some very interesting strategy calls in Tier 2 before. Let's see who's going to win round 4 of Tier 2 AEC Season 6. We are closing in on 2 years of AEC as well, by the way. Very close.
And we've been here commentating for both of them.
You what?
We've been here commentating for both of them.
I remember commentating SEC when it first started. Back in the day.
Flex was my debut.
Oh yes. I love Flex, miss Flex. Bring Flex back, I say. Is there any freeze tournaments around? There probably is. I'm so out of touch with the community. I only really care about AEC if I'm being totally honest, lads. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. Back in the day, I could tell you every tournament, every team that was in every tournament. Like I was on it. Now, if you don't race an AEC, I have no idea who you are. Essentially, yeah. UEC. What the bloody hell's that? Oh, here we go then. So lights, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we're away and racing. James is on pole. Poison's got a good start. Poison on the rundown to turn 1. Poison's going to be alongside James here. James has set 1 lap in qualifying. They're going wheel to wheel. But Mr. James stays ahead. Poison going to send it down the inside. Licks the stamp right down the inside. James has got a good lunch and Poison flies past him. But James is like, hang on, mate. I want that position back. Wheels touching again. Poison round the outside. What a move. Mr. Poison's into P1.
Yeah, it's a very good start so far. Very clean so far at the back from what I've seen anyway. Which we do like to see. We don't want to see too many collisions right at the start, but there is a bit of a collision at the back that I have missed between E9 and Shakos. I have no clue what's going on between them, but other than that, it's been pretty clean.
Well, on board now with Stabby and Poison, Max Verstappen and Hamilton. We saw this 2 years ago. Mr. Stabby did go into the back of Poison during that lap there. We did keep an eye on it. Doesn't look like Stabby got any damage from it, but definitely contact between the P2 and P3 driver. Benny and Baldy switch positions. James has retaken P1. Mr. Stabby now on the back of Poison. He's not on the back of him anymore. He is ahead of Mr. Poison. So Stabby into P2. Mr. Baldy and Tati battling back in P10, P11. Baldy going to transcend it up the inside. Doesn't get overtaken, and Baldy now dropped to P11. Cool, blimey, what a race start this has been.
Yeah, it's been very interesting. A fair bit of movement so far, considering there's not been any collisions that I've seen myself, obviously apart from the two at the back. But yeah, it's been a very good start to the race, hasn't it?
Well, it really is. Look at the top again. Mr. Poison on board with him. Stabby going up the inside of James. Stabby showing some really good pace at the moment here. The tier 2 his reign will not be lasting long at this rate. Stabby, who was borderline getting removed, but he's back in tier 2 for some race time. There's a yellow flag in sector 3 between Squire and Shakos. Looks like a collision there. Shakos has dropped 8 positions. Mr. James now all over the back of Stabby. Stabby gained 3 positions. Engines gained 6. The biggest loser is at the back of the grid there. Shakos and E69, who are down 8 and 4. But yeah, Stabby showing some really quick pace here.
Yeah, I feel like with Allied Squire there, I think he's just spun it on a curb and ended up on the side, and then E69 and Shakos just got straight past him. I have no clue what's gone on between them, but from what I saw on the map, it was just Allied Squire, I'm guessing, hitting the curb and spinning around.
Mr. Stabby on the softs, didn't even see that. As James goes wide, cuts the corner, might be a penalty. It's not a penalty, loses position to Poison, and is going to lose a position to Freaky, it looks like as well. Freaky all over the back now of James, up the inside. Freaky's going to go here, does go up the inside as well. No collisions here, good racing. Freaky now has the advantage, but James is going to be like, hang on, mate, you're my title rival. Back up the inside, Mr. James go. Bit of nudging from Freaky, and Freaky goes past him. Mr. Truly, the Queen on the back of Blaze. This is core blimey racing, this. So lap 3 is underway. We've got drivers all over the place. Mr. Stabby on the soft tyre, trying to make that advantage work on the soft little compound he is on, compared to Poison and Freaky, who are on the mediums and the hards. Once again in tier 2, all 3 compounds are tyres being used by all the drivers. There's not something you see in tier S. Very rarely see it in tier 1, but for the second week running in tier 2, all of them are being used. Strategies, mainly everyone's opportunity to try and gain a few positions at the start. Lennon, what is happening?
Nothing at the moment apart from Shakos and E69 battling it out, trying to get past each other after their collision at the start. But other than that, nothing really happening at the moment, overtake wise, but it's just the massive train that's leading us around the track at the moment.
So Mr. Maestati and Fallow on the entry to Manchester Beckett as he goes past him there. Very good move there. Back on board with Poison because DRS is activated. Now Mr. Poison will be looking to close the gap on Stabby. Stabby, who started on the soft tyres. They're going to start feeling the heat very soon, but for now, he has got the lead, started in P4, I believe. He's up into P1, but Poison now all over the back of him on the mediums, nearly gapping Freaky by a second as well. Truly McQueen in the Red Bull trying to close in the back of Blaze. ERS levels for everyone, no one in the top, looks like Poison's got the most in the top 6 or 7 there. Yeah, it's very calm now, it was pretty hectic at the start.
Yeah, it's calmed down a bit. Now obviously it'll calm down for the next few laps, you guess, and then once the tyres start to fall off, we'll see a lot of changes in positions.
So lap 4 here, DRS again. Mr. Liam has gone round, has he? He's had a moment, something's happened to him in the Ferrari. Back on board with Poison though, because he did have DRS and he's closed right up the back now onto Stabby. 2/10 of a second, Mr. Poison. For FGE, Quabolde back in P11. Poison trying to get ahead of Stabby now on the run down to Cop's corner. Can he close the gap? Looks like Freaky is caught back on board to the sort of train. He's not dropping out of a second between these two. And goes wide through Cups. Poison does. Let's just double check that was a penalty, because if it wasn't, he's a track extender. And it is a warning. Or was it? No, it wasn't. This is lap 4. Ooh, Poison, you little dirty track extender. We'll keep an eye on that one. We'll keep an eye on that one. So, lap 4, Mr. Lennon, DRS activated. Any moves happening?
Not at the moment. Obviously, it's just the massive DRS trend that's happening. Nothing really too drastic happening at the moment. But I feel like in the next couple of laps, we might see some big lunges by some drivers who are getting a bit impatient now, trying to get around each and every one of them. So, hopefully, for content wise, we'll see some big lunges from drivers. Hopefully no collisions or anything, but yeah.
So Mr. Benny, closest driver. Everyone is in the train. That is not something you see either. The train goes from P1 all the way down to P16. Absolutely crazy how close it is at the moment. Nice Tatty, he's in a hard sandwich here, and he's in the softs. It's probably not the best strategy call from where he is. And we've got movement here. Stabby and Mr. Freaky as well. Stabby's had a moment. Freaky goes up inside of him. Stabby drops 2 positions. Looks like Benny's got up into P7. Poison's up into P1 now. Stabby has a snapper oversteer. James is now going to go up the inside. Looks like Stabby's having all sorts of moments here and drops to P4. He started the lap in P1.
Yeah, it's not been the best lap for Stabby so far, but I feel like with the quality in the driver that you've got there, he'll definitely try and make his positions up as sooner rather than later, and with his quality, he probably will make his positions up.
Yeah, soft times for him. He's going to get an undercut on most of the drivers. Freaky with DRS as well, trying to close onto the back of Poison. He is gaining and gaining and gaining. Is he gaining enough? He is not gaining enough. Backs out of it. Stabby, though, on the soft tyre. It might not be long before he's thinking about pitting, to be honest, with the amount of oversteer and the sliding around the corner he's been doing. I don't know how quickly softs die at Silverstone, but there's a moment he had, maybe losing a little bit of grip. Mr. Rabble dropped down to P9, P18, E69 going to send it up the inside here, P18, P19, battling for the wooden spoon. Mr. Rabble's going to try and hold it, doesn't hold it, and he's demoted to P19. Back and forth with Freaky, Mr. Freaky in Poisonland. What's going on here?
I will say what's going on behind them. Stabby is getting quite a lot of oversteer now. I've seen him have a couple of more moments towards the end of the last lap and the start of this one as well, so I don't know if it'll be too long until we see Blaze getting past him.
Oh! Truly McQueen has caused a bit of a disaster there from what I've seen. He looks like he's gone into the back of Blaze, who went into the back of Stabby, and Stabby has gone down to P16. It looked like that happened from Truly McQueen, if I'm being honest. It looked like he's gone into the back of Blaze, and then Blaze has gone a bit of a domino effect from what I've seen. I'd like another look at that, but from first viewing, that's what happens. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one. If anything happens, Freaky though is going to lose a position to Poison with DRS, you'd expect, and he might lose James a little bit too far. But Poison back into P1, he goes. He's having a good race here. He's had a good couple of races, to be fair. Poison, he's got some good tier 2 pace. I must say, Benny now losing to LX, and LX going to try and hold it up the inside, squeezing him a little bit more there. Benny's now got the inside line. Is he going to hold it? He's trying to try and bit of wheel touching, almost, and Alex gets past him. Very good move.
Yeah, it's a good little battle going on between them two in there, so Tati will be, whoa, yellow flags.
Mr. Jamie causing the yellows there. Maybe a collision with one of the drivers in the midfield. But Mr. Jamie has been demoted down to P19. So lap 7 is underway. Freaky with DRS on the back of Poison. He's gaining as well. Up the inside, is he going to go? He is not going to think about it. Poison has left him the room there if he wanted to go for it, but he is not going to. Poison on the mediums, a bit of a wide line for Freaky. Here he goes then. Freaky with a good exit on the run down to Cup. See if he can make a move. He cannot make a move. It is super close, this.
Yeah, you expect by now it's sort of like be spacing out, wouldn't you? But at the moment, still very close. Anything could happen in these next few laps.
So through Max Beckett's the leaders go here. Mr. Freaky will have DRS back on Poison. He might be close enough for an overtake. It'll be very nip and tuck if he wants to go for the overtake. I don't think he is close enough, but he is gaining on the run down now. So Freaky, he is not going to go for it. He's going to hold the position in P2. Someone who is going to go for it, though, is Blaze and Mr. James. They lose a position each. This may be a warning there for James, goes a little bit wide on the exit as Blaze goes into P3. This is super close now between all the drivers in the top 5. AERT, I've got in P2, P5, BRT, P4, P16. Jamie gets a penalty. Multiple warnings. That's the first one, I believe. Is it the first one?
There's two other penalties as well, and Jamie's retired.
He's retired. He's retired in the pits. Mr. James all over the back here of Blaze, Lennon.
Yeah, it's getting very close between these two now. I feel like James is going to get a bit impatient in a minute. Obviously, he's down 3 positions at the moment. We want to make these back up. So I feel like any second now he's just going to get impatient and try and send one. So I'm hoping for James and Blaze's sake that he doesn't do that, but he needs to stay patient here because there is going to be an opening any lap now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if Poison's strategy will work out. Medium starting, how that'll play out for him, it'll be interesting to see. Only 3 drivers started on the mediums compared to the others. Go on board with Poison. Here you go, Mr. Trey. Just for you, we're on board with Poison. Currently leading the race. He's got Freaky right behind him here. We'll go in the rear view mirror. You can see how much Freaky is gaining, and he's gaining again. Not gaining enough. That is the 3rd lap in a row now that Freaky is just not catching enough. And Poison will stay ahead. More movement in the midfield. Mr. Engine and Granty, they position Stabby also losing position out to Shakos. More movement at the back. Ooh, Mr. Aston Martin back on board with Poison and Freaky.
Yeah, Poison's lost out a couple of positions there. I don't know what's happened with him there. Obviously, he was leading going into this lap, and now Freaky and Blazer are past him, so not a clue what's happened there, but maybe a bit of contact between Blaze and Freaky there as he tries to send it again there. It's getting very close. Very impatient moves from these lot now. So I feel like we might start seeing some collisions because, like I said, they are getting a bit impatient now, aren't they?
Yeah, pit window probably not open for another 4 or 5 laps, to be honest. For the hard runners, anyway. Granted, losing another position there. But yeah, this is super close now. The top 10, all in a DRS train. This is what you want to see, though. This is what you want to see. Close racing. Absolutely nothing in it between the top guys. None of them are penalties either. It is perfect racing. It's been very clean for the majority. I say majority with a pinch of salt. But yeah, Mr. Poison on these mediums. It would appear him starting on the softer compound, it hasn't worked out for him. However, he is going to have an undercut of some sort on the other drivers. Let's see how that plays out from Truly McQueen. ART versus BRT. Mr. James cuts the door on in there. Mr. Truly is going to have to wait for another move. But James was having none of that, was he? He was like, you're not getting past me, son. Absolutely none of it. But this is super close racing.
Yeah, it's very close at the moment, so hopefully we'll see some big overtakes coming up soon.
I mean, I don't know if you saw the qualifying FJ, but it was raining. So that's probably why he didn't do a 24.7. So, Freaky will be under better pressure. We've got a pit in, that's Stabby. He's come in, he's starting on the softs, and you've got Blaze now. The lead changes again. Changes again for this, probably like the 5th time. I think we've had a different leader of the race. Stabby's been in the lead. Blaze, Freaky, Poison, James. Yeah, I think that's the 5th leader of the race so far. Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Lap 10 of 26. Medium runners probably thinking about soon. Maybe Poison's going to come in the next lap or 2. But yeah, this train is great. Jamie has left the session, but he's DNF'd anyway. He crashed out. Oh, no, he didn't crash out. He was down in the pits. Through Maggots to Beckett's the leaders. Go, Lennon. Anything happened? Looks like Poison gaining on Freaky, but yeah, just a DRS train, mate.
It's just one big train. It's not very entertaining on our part, but to be fair, it just shows how closely fought this championship battle is going to be for everyone.
Mr. Granty. He's had a few battles, Granty has. Mr. Engine as well, he started P20, I think Engine did. And we've got Pitters. Tatty comes in, Benny comes in. Poison stays out for another lap. So that train is now 6 drivers instead of the 10 that it was. Mr. Freaky with DRS, you got more people pit. No, they're not, they're all the same. So Poison, maybe next lap, you'd expect with Benny coming in, maybe those mediums have seen better days. DRS though for Freaky, is the lead about to change again?
It'll be I don't think it will. I think it's just a bit too far back. But if he really wanted to send it there, he probably would have caused a collision, as he's got a bit of a snap there. But it's just a big train, isn't it?
Certainly is. We've got battles though between Mr. James and Poison. James goes up the inside, easy overtake from Raleigh. I think Poison's tyres are pretty much done now. 10 laps on the mediums. The hard runners are probably a bit quicker, a bit more life in the tyres, and yeah, Poison, they're moving down to P4. So this could be the lap you see Poison come in. I'd really be surprised if he stayed out another lap here. I think he will have clean air if he came in as well. It's about 30 seconds to pit in it, if he around here, something stupid like that. So yeah, he'd come out, or maybe he'll just come out around Tatty. Or would he? I don't know. Maybe it's not 30 seconds. Maybe I'm making that up. I thought it was long. He's coming in now. He is coming in.
It's a very long pit lane, though, isn't it? So it wouldn't surprise me if it is that long. A double stack.
Double stack, double 5-second penalty. Like that is that is the worst. Baldy, why have you came into pit? Why have you cut? I've seen better communication with a cup and string, mate. If I'm being honest. Anyway, FG disaster. Back above with Blaze and Freaky, the hard runners. Yeah, Poison. He probably has. He probably has bottled it, to be honest, Grumpy. 5-second penalty. I have no idea why Baldy pit. Couldn't tell you. But yeah. Could he have seen him coming in as well, wouldn't he? He'd have seen Poison come in. Oh well, what do we know, Lang? What do we know? Oh, someone's track extending there. That was Truly McQueen with a track extension. I saw that one. Sorry, Lan. I'm just going to check if Truly got a pen for that. Or a warning. He didn't. He didn't. Battling at the top ladder.
It's getting very close between James, Freaky and Blaze here. Is Freaky going to try and send some coming to the last few corners here? Coming up towards Vale and Club. Is there going to be any overtake between the front two runners here as James has come into pit? I don't think there is going to be anything.
He has come into pit. First pitter of the day. And, well, on the hard runners front, with the way that the train's going and all that, I'm not overly sure pitting. I don't know. It's hard to say, really. Maybe it is going to work out for him. He probably will come out in P1. If I'm being honest, he will have clean air unless Rabble gets ahead of him, which Rabble might get ahead of him, to be honest. And I think Rabble will get ahead of him. He will. So it's not super clean. He needs to get ahead of Tatty, though. As Tatty just jumped everyone here. Tatty has jumped everyone. He jumped Poison and also Tatty, the leader of the race here. That's an interesting one. Well, net lead.
Yeah. He did have a good race last week, as far as I remember, didn't he?
Yeah, well, Poison is now back into net P1, but with that 5-second penalty, going to hamper him a bit. I don't think Tatty can make it to the end of them mediums, to be honest. People pit after 10 laps on the mediums. Back on board, though. AERT currently sat P2, P3. This is going to change because Freaky's up into P1. Truly McQueen is gaining as well. AERT about to be P1 and P2? Are they? Are they? No, they're not, because Mr. Blaze cuts the door and Truly McQueen stays in P3. But Truly McQueen is going to try it back on him. Freaky's into the pits as well. Keep an eye on that because Freaky might get undercut by James there. Go on board with James while we're here. Let's go on board with him because he's currently down the back straight here. More movement. Shakos comes into the pits as well. Looks like Fallow is going to go up the inside of Benny and James. Let's see. A bit of traffic for James here. Bit of traffic for James, and this undercut is not going to work, I don't think. What do we reckon, Len? I don't think it is.
I don't think it will. No, I mean, he's down in.
Oh, it's close. Freaky just comes out behind James.
It's still very close between the two of them there. Literally millimetres there, millimetres.
James is going to try it round the outside. There's not really a gap. He tried to force a gap, really. The gap wasn't there. He's going to switch up the inside. No gap there. He is getting held here by Benny. Benny now up the inside of James. James is, oh my God, up the inside. Freaky goes. No, he doesn't. Once again, James is getting battled by Benny. Benny is fighting for his life here. Benny on 3-lap old hard tyres. James as well. And the run down to Cop's corner. We've seen that before. James trying to switch back. Freaky now with a good exit. James is flashing as well. He's run out of ERS. Mr. Freaky is in prime position for an overtake on James. Through Maggins and Beckett's they go. This is absolute carnage. It is good racing. It is absolutely everything you want to see. James, though, is fighting for his life. He just doesn't have the battery. He just doesn't have the battery. And he's going to get desperate. Up the inside like a knife through butter! You just knew that was going to happen. Mr. Baldy as well, James. And James has now been passed by Freaky. He might have a bit of damage for that. Corell comes into the pits. They're all pitting now. They're absolutely all pitting. Oh, blimey, Leonard. I need a breather.
I have no clue why E69 stayed out. But he has, and he's in the lead.
I think James has got a little bit desperate. He didn't have the battery, and he wanted to get past them. If I'm being totally honest, from what I saw, there wasn't really a gap. Mr. Baldy battling James now as well, and Baldy's now up a position. James has been dropped down to P11, but Baldy just had that 5-second penalty. And Baldy would probably be about P5, P4 if he didn't double select. Does Freaky have damage? Let's have a check. I don't think so. I didn't see any wings fly off. No, it looks alright to me. Looks all good to me. So back on board with Tatty. Tatty is still your leader, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Well, Poison is, but not for long. And he just had that 5-second penalty. So Tatty, hang on a second here. He's going to be on snooker balls come the end of the race, but keep an eye on him. So who is going to win this race, Lennon? As I have a burp mid-sentence.
I think it's Tatty's to lose at the moment, but obviously, like you say, he's going to be on snooker balls by the end, so Poison, you could make a shout for him, but obviously he's got that time penalty, hasn't he? So I'd say it's anyone's from about 4th down to 7th. Maybe even Blaze could be up in there.
I mean, Fallow's kind of gone under the radar a little bit here as well, to be honest with you. Freaky and Truly. Freaky's now up into P5. Benny on the heart. I mean, Freaky and Truly, they both have newer mediums to Tatty and Fallow. As Mr. LX and battling Blaze, and Blaze goes up the inside. More battling. Oh my goodness me. And gets ahead. But yeah, so keep an eye on the AERT, guys. But with the way the train has been working, Tatty and Fallow might be okay where they are. If we're being honest. Truly, though, all over the back of Benny.
I mean, if you're Tatty, I'd say you probably want the safety car sooner rather than later, wouldn't you?
Tatty slows down a little bit there, quite a bit if I'm being honest. E69 has come into pit now. Fallow all over the back here of Poison. Tatty slowed down quite a bit. Freaky will now be in this train for the lead very soon. Both AERT guys will be on the train very soon. E69 is dropping position because he's in the pits. I got excited for a second then.
He's gone to softs.
Softs. 9 laps. Be a toughie. Be a tough ask. Might take the fastest lap away from Freaky, I believe, who has it. Benny Boy and LX battling here. Benny sends it up the inside. Cool blimey, what are you doing? And through goes Blaze. What a move that is. Blaze gains 2 positions there. Mr. Poison drops another position because Fallow is now leading the race. This is anyone's race here then.
It's going to be very interesting come the last, 5 laps, I'd say. It's going to get very, very interesting and very desperate for some of these drivers who are probably one move away from potentially winning this race.
It's going to be super close. Anyone, probably apart from Poison, in the top 5 could win this race from here. It's what you want to see though. Benny on the run down to Maggots. Surely not. Surely not. Surely not. Oh, that's why. Oh God. Oh dear. Well, that's why. Oh God. Oh dear. What's going on? Benny's dangerous. Right, we're all good. See ya. Right, Mr. James flying past Baldy. Baldy, has he got anything to answer for here? No battery. Up the inside he goes. James and Mr. Baldy battling. And Baldy stays behind him. Is he going to launch an attack though? No, he's not. Surely not. He doesn't. So back on board with Freaky here. On the back of Tatty. Tatty 7-lap old mediums. Are they going to start feeling the pinch soon? I mean, it's not confirmed, Rage. It's not confirmed, you know. But, you know. It's not confirmed. So, Tatty and Freaky. Freaky then, looking for a move, Lennon. Is he going to get it? I think he is.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fairly straightforward for him. Yeah, He's just straight past Tatty there. Tatty not really putting up much of a fight there, is he? But he's probably thinking to himself, let him pass this time. Just getting back on the next straight.
So here we go. Truly McQueen wants a bit of Tatty's action here as well. On the run down to Cop's corner. Truly up the inside. Needs to be careful here. He's not fully ahead. He's now going to wheel ahead. And Tatty is going to have to back out of it and does. Yellow flag though. From Stabby, I believe. Can't pass it. So AERT are on a bit of a mission here. Through Magazabeka to go now all over the back of Poison. Freaky is. Freaky, who I believe won last week as well. Did he give him a nudge there? Poison now up the inside. Poison doesn't want to back out of this one and doesn't back out of it. But round the outside, Mr. Freaky goes all over Poison here. What a move that is. Super move there. Freaky up into P2. Truly McQueen now wants a bit of Poison. ART are putting on a show here today. Fallow still leads the race.
Yeah, it's going to be very... I feel like now is where people are going to get very, very desperate as LX is retired from the race in the pits.
Yes, pits, yep.
I feel like now is just when people are going to get very impatient and just go for moves that they shouldn't really be going for.
Well, here goes Truly then. Truly up the inside and Freaky up the inside as well. Double ART move, it looks like here. Mr. Fallow's been overtaken. Poison's been overtaken. And Miss Truly McQueen now wants a bit of Follow as well. Up the inside he goes. He's trying to squeeze it up the inside. The move wasn't really on and backs out of it. But ART now 1 and 3.
It's a very good race from them. And obviously they are going to take the lead in the championship, aren't they?
Track extension there, looked like from Fallow. Truly McQueen's going to try and send it up the inside. Doesn't. Through Maggots Beckett's they go now. Oh my god. With 7 laps to go of the race, anything could still happen here, but Freaky, who pit later than everyone else, got overtaken by a few. But here we go then, there's a yellow flag, look at Stabby again. Was it? No, it wasn't, it was Alex's AI. Never mind, I thought it was Stabby because of the colours. Doesn't matter. Right then, Mr. James and Baldy battling again. Mr. James is going to send up this time. No, he's not. Poison's been overtaken by Blaze. Looks like Poison has... Yeah, his race is done now with the 5-second penalty as well. Truly McQueen won a bit of Fallow though, won't he?
Yeah, he will. Because Fallow is extending quite a lot around Cops, isn't he? So he's really going to be looking at this now and thinking, next time he goes off, just send it.
So lap 20 of 26. Truly McQueen, DRS activated for him. Fallow also got DRS activated for him as well. Engine with another penalty. I think he's on a lot now. Is that fine? No. Engine 3. It was Allied Squire who's got a lot. Stabby in the pits again. I think Stabby's on a 3-stopper or a 4-stopper. So Fallow, Freaky, currently battling out for the lead. Truly McQueen in P3. Mr. Blaze going under the radar a bit in P4. Tatty dropped a load of positions. Poison dropping positions as well. I think their races are run. But Fallow on the run down to Maggots and Beckett. All over the back of Freaky. DRS activated on the exit of Chapel. Can Fallow get himself back into P1 after getting overtaken on lap 18? Fallow, really good exit here. DRS activated for him. And Fallow will be moving back into P1, it looks like, from any. Now, here Truly McQueen as well. And Fallow is back into P1. Mr. Blaze is getting in the action as well, and it's all happening now. Mr. Blaze, oh my god!
I did say it's going to get they're going to get very impatient. So there's going to be some big moves going in now, I think, in these last 6 laps.
Yeah, 6 laps to go. Baldy spins then on the pit entry. Don't really know what happened to him, but Blaze, Truly McQueen, Freaky, Fallow, any of these 4 you'd expect are going to be winning the race today. Fallow though going to be under pressure because Freaky with DRS, if he gets a good exit, might be able to hold it, and he might still be able to hold it. Baldy loses a bit into E69, he moves into P14, back on board with Fallow though, and he's going to hold it. Who is going to try and challenge him? It looks like it's going to be one of the AERT drivers. Yellow flags for E69 and bought the... Oh. I don't know what happened there. So here we go then. 21 of 26, Lennon. Who's your 20p going on?
I'm gonna go with Freaky because I feel like Fallow's tyres are gonna fall off before Freaky's do, because he's got an extra lap on him and Fallow's just been sending it for the whole time he's been on them. So I feel like it's Freaky's race to lose.
I think it's whoever gets the overtake on the penultimate lap, really. If you can save a bit of your battery, you might have to stay ahead, but Blaze then trying it round the outside of Truly. He can't get it done. Good exit here, though. Great exit for him. Round the outside, Blaze is going to go. He's going to be the inside line on the penultimate corner. Blaze now round the outside. He goes inside corner. Oh! He has a bit of snap. Oh, he has a bit of snaps. And he's gone. Truly's been demoted down to about P7. Oh, no. Do you know what? That's unfortunate there. He's just lost the rear. You know, that's not an intentional. That's completely accidental from him. Oh, but it's a disaster. And now, yeah, Freaky doesn't have a teammate in the top 3 anymore.
Yeah,
so Freaky's on his own here.
I'm sticking with Freaky winning it. I'm sticking with Freaky winning.
Yes, FJ, they will. However, when it's like completely accidental, the penalty is never as big as if it was just him dive bombing down the inside kind of thing, if you know what I mean. We look at everything. There's always reasons, and you know, he's just lost the car. You know, it's just unfortunate. Truly McQueen been demoted again by Granty. I think he's got damage. Truly has. I think he's got damage here. He has got damage. Oh dear. Shakos all over the back of him here. Goes up the inside. Oh no. What looked like an AEC podium, double podium, Truly might not even get points. Fallow been overtaken by Freaky. Freaky now into P1. Fallow losing the car a little bit. 22 of 26. We're coming to the crunch end of the race here. And Freaky, with no teammates to help him, Fallow is going to try and hold on to the back of Freaky if he can. It's Freaky's race here, I think.
Truly's coming to the pits as well, so sure he's got damage there.
Unfortunate, really is unfortunate. It wasn't really... Yeah, Blaze, he's the one who's come off the best kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Fallow though, he just needs to harvest his battery, I think, if he wants to have a launch on Freaky here. Needs to save his battery, if he can, and go for him on the penultimate lap or so. Doesn't want to go too soon, doesn't want to use all his battery, and wants to just go for it. So Fallow though, going to wait for his moment, or is he just going to go for it after this? You know, he might do, he genuinely might do. And Poison, 3-second penalty, he's now on 8 seconds, I believe. That is going to drop him down to about P8. Here goes Fallow though, not touching his battery though. He spun and got hit by E69, I believe. So then, lap 23 of 26. Once again, we're in the pickle of who is going to win this race, Lennon.
I'm sticking with Freaky. I do think it's Freaky's race to lose now, but Blaze really waiting for his opportunity now, isn't he?
Well, just battery comparisons. You got 17% for Blaze, Freaky on 68%, and then Fallow on 27%. Freaky is looking the best there, but this could be anyone's. Oh, he has a moment, goes wide! Through goes Blaze into P2, he goes wide again! Oh no, Freaky, he's going to get desperate. Is he going to get desperate? Round the outside he goes. The race might be on the line here. It really might be on the line. Blaze and Freaky is down into P3.
Put a mortgage on that.
I put my bloody mortgage on that, I did. And now I've got to live in a tent. Anyway, Freaky, can he get back the position he lost? It Blaze, he's come out of nowhere. Where did he start? Mr. Blaze started in P5, I believe. Fallow started in P6. Bloody hell. There's an ad break. Pay me bills, bitches. Pay me bills. So Freaky then is going to use his ERS now on the back of Blaze, on the back of Fallow. Double overtake. Surely not. He goes so deep, he's late for the next corner. Through goes Fallow. Up the inside of Blaze. Blaze and Follow. Freaky's got a good view of it. It's all happening here in Tier 2. We've got 3 laps to go with the race. About to be starting 25 and 26. Follow, Freaky and Blaze putting an absolute battle of the century. Up goes the inside of Freaky. Follow. Wheels touching. Follow's not going to be for that. Might send it back and him doesn't and sits in P3. Core blimey. Gonna lose my voice here.
This is absolutely brilliant racing, this.
This is absolutely what you want to see. This is what you want to see. Freaky, though, is now back into where he was. Fallow's been demoted to P3, Blazing to P1. The lead has changed 3 times in the past 2 laps. I think the lead's changed about 8 times in all of the laps so far. Stabby's been in the lead, Truly's been in the lead. Who else has been in the lead? E69, Poison, everyone. James, obviously, starting to pop. Everyone. What a race. What a race this has been. A lap and a half to go. It's still anyone's.
But my mortgage might come back now.
So here you go then. I called it a couple of laps ago. This is where you want to get the overtake done. Penultimate lap, DRS activated. He is hunting down Blaze here, Freaky, all over him. And he's going to send it up the inside. Yes, he does. Licks the stamp up the inside he goes now. And Blaze is going to be under pressure from Follow. Follow and Blaze. This is exactly what Freaky wants. He wants these two battling. He wants to get a good lead going onto the final lap. And that is exactly what is going to happen here. He's going to have a good about 8 tenths, 9 tenths gap here. And Freaky is now probably a lap away from winning the race. And he's not going to have much pressure.
I mean, it would make sense if Freaky's a lap away from winning the race because it is the last lap now.
Dickheads. Right then, lap 26 of 26. Mr. Fallow, he's got 2 DRS zones to catch up to Freaky, but he's 7 tenths behind him. I don't think he's got enough in the bank with 11% battery compared to Freaky, who is just going to wait to use his 40% on the Exeter Chapel, and he's going to run away with the race. It looks like it is Freaky's to lose from here, but I've seen crazier things happen. I've seen tyres pop on the last lap. I've seen drivers who are leading the race spin on the last lap. I'm not trying to jinx it, but I'm just telling you what I've seen. So, here we go then. A sector to go. Sector and a half to go for Freaky. It is looking like it's going to be his 2nd consecutive win, I believe. Mr. Freaky, I think I'm saying that. No?
Follow flashing
win
on
last
fuel.
Week? Who's low on fuel?
Follow flashing.
Oh, Fallow is flashing. Freaky's flashing as well. Oh no, we're coming around the final corner here. No, I think they're fine. I think they've managed to fuel well, and Freaky's going to come to the line here, and Mr. Freaky takes the win in the race. Follow P2, Mr. Blazer in the P3. It looks like they had enough fuel to win the race. Mr. Freaky gets 2 in a row. Krell's on the P5, James P6, BRT Recover at P6, P8, Benny P7, Poison drops down to P9, laddie. Bloody hell.
I mean, it was like 8 seconds worth of penalties, wasn't it? So.
Yeah, it was a lot. I have no idea, FJ. Absolutely no idea. So yeah, there you go. That is the race. It was a good race, that. Really good race. I enjoyed that. That was... Everything happened there. Baldy goes on the P16. Rabble P18. Yeah, that had everything. The lead changed so many times. Yeah, and that's 2 and 2 for Freaky. So fair play to him. Very good race, very close.
It was close for, you'd probably say, 24 or 26 laps, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no one ran away with it. That's the one thing that you'll take from that, really. That no one ran away with the race. Super close. So we'll get your classifications here, lads. As AERT make it 2 and 2, Freaky makes it 2 and 2. Mr. Freaky P1, Follow and P2, Blaze P3, Tati P4, Querel P5, James in 6, Benny 7, Jacos in P8. Then you've got Poison P9, who dropped down to penalties, Grant P10, Liam 11, Engine 12, E69 in 13, Truly, who probably should have had a podium, drops down to P14, and then the rest are as followed. No fastest lap point for anyone, because Stabby got it, who is in P15. Back up to the top. So that'll be the end of Tier 2, lads. We'll catch you tomorrow for Tier S. I won't. It'll be Joseph and Loveland, I think, or Greenhorn. I can't remember whose turn it is, but it's one of them. And then I'll be back on Thursday. It might be me and Loveland. I've not decided yet. Well, I've not asked anyone. So we'll see about that, and then it'll be next week, break week next week. So if I don't see you on Thursday, I'll see you in 2 weeks for Hungary, I believe. Right then, we'll catch you next time. Any final words, Big Glenn?
Yeah, very good race again. Very close, so it was very entertaining to watch. So hopefully we get more of that for the rest of this season.
Fingers crossed. Right then, lads, we'll catch you tomorrow for Tier S, and I will join you for Tier 1 on Thursday. Enjoy the rest of your evening, whatever you're doing. If I don't see you through a window, I'll see. Actually, no, I'm trying to be a Keith Lemon then. I fucked it. Never mind, I'm going. Bye.